And the next topic is going to be amplify your audience. And Gent Laborde from Infinite Red is going to cover this topic. And just a few words about him. Gent is an owner of Infinite Red, mentor, adjunct professor, published author, and award-winning speaker. He is recognized as a Google developer, expert in web and machine learning. But informally, he is an open sourcer and aspired to one day become a mad scientist. So, hi, Gent.
Hello. Hi. What
How are
time is it
you?
over there?
Sorry?
What time are you over there?
Actually, it's 6:45.
Oh,
So,
wow.
yeah, I'm an early bird.
Oh, good. Yeah, it's I'm over here in the States
Uh-huh.
and it's about to be 11 p.m., which is what would y'all say, 2300?
Uh-huh.
So it's fun. Yeah.
Yeah,
Across
it's
the pond.
fun.
This is travel now, right? This is what we do.
And I have one question to you. So,
Okay. It better be good because
uh,
there's only one.
no, but on Q&A session, we will have a lot of it.
Okay, good.
So, one question, like you said that one day you'd like to become a mad scientist.
Yes.
Yeah, but mad
Mm.
means like those of mad scientists that's gonna destroy all the world and humanity in general. Are you going to be one of them?
I think
This
I
mad
think I'm going to do something ridiculous. So a few mad scientists give the rest of us a bad name. Okay, you make
Mhm.
one death ray gun, or you try to blow up the moon once, and now all mad scientists are terrible. That's just something that we're going to have to continuously work against, and that's why I'm doing presentations to help people out, knowing that we're people too, and we
No
might do
way.
something really nice like make pumpkins that come to life, or reanimate people, or make an ice or a shrinking ray, like Honey I Shrunk the Kids. That was a mad scientist, and it was a good mad scientist.
Yeah, actually, yeah, I can agree with you.
See, this is all part of it. Like, I mean, I want there to be unicorns in the world, and like we just need the right mad scientist and the right GMO stuff, which is like whatever. We can split the genes and we'll make some unicorns. Let's have fun.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you. And uh, if you're ready, if you're ready to
Sure.
share your screen and um, to share your precious knowledge, uh, go
Yeah.
ahead.
All right. Excellent. So, hi everybody. How you doing? I'm going to go ahead and do some screen sharing here. There you go. I believe. Everybody should see the screen now. So I hope that you're all ready and you're excited. Let's have some fun. I know it's early there and late here, so I am telling you now. I am going to depend on just a little bit of energy from the audience. So I've pulled up some of the comments there, and you know what? I'm going to go ahead and pull up the live comments as well. So wherever you're saying something, go ahead and talk to me, say hi. I actually want to see the comments because I plan on interacting with you. And that's going to be the interesting part of what it is that we're doing here today. Okay. Wow, that was really good. Should I do it again? What? This is live? All right, guess we just roll with this. Okay, so let's have some fun. Who the hell is this guy? First of all, you know that I'm saying that I'm a mad scientist, right? We've got that much. So let's talk just for a moment here. So, hey, Gant Laborde. I am from New Orleans. I am from the States. Yeah, that's a weird place to be right now. Those of you who are here that know all the craziness that's going on. I am a CIO of a wonderful company called Infinite Red, and that allows me to be the chief innovation officer and build cool stuff. I also I really love JavaScript. I know. It's Some of you fainted. Some of you are thinking I'm a liar, but I think JavaScript is this unifying language that connects us all, and it's just as confusing and elegant as people are. So it's actually a great language to sort of bring all these different frameworks and collections of people. So I build mobile apps in React Native as well. So I do a lot of JavaScript. So core contributor to React Native. The reason I bring that in there is because I want to build awesome things and I like to use it in JavaScript. And then one last piece of this is that yes, I am a Google developer expert in both web and machine learning. So I'm going to glue some of these things together for a fun chat for us today. And we're going to check out some pretty interesting stuff together. But I want to say I am doing a giveaway. So I'll be giving something away at during my talk. So I be sure to follow me on Twitter. If you go on Twitter, it's Gant Laborde on Twitter. And so the advantage that you'll have if you follow me there is that I often give stuff away. Sometimes it's shipping only inside the US and sometimes it's international shipping, but I'm always giving stuff away. And another piece of this is that I am also constantly posting silly things about React. I just posted a really awesome blog article about shipping React Native apps and fun other stuff. So I also give away a lot of really cool stickers. So if you see any of these crazy stickers around, that's me. That's silly icons. If you go to my GitHub, you'll see quite a few of this, and it's a bit of fun. So you'll see that on Twitter as well. So here, let's go ahead and let's talk about. I think it's early. Let's talk about some cool things in technology, right? Let's just dig in a little bit here. We want to talk about React. We want to talk about cool things we can do. Because who said I wanted to get into programming so that I could make a packing list or to do list app, right? No, none of us said that. Or who wanted to get into programming to optimize a sorting algorithm or something like that? Very few of us. It's interesting. And stop making fun of me because I did. So, what cool things are there out there in technology? Well, for this conference, right? For what we're talking about here, I think that there's React is sort of like that extra level of glue, grabbing all these cool things and then making them accessible for us. For instance, we're talking about React, we're talking about JavaScript, right? And who says JavaScript isn't cool? Look at that right there. You can read that. Everybody can read that. That's perfectly sane JavaScript. And if you copy and paste that into Node, it prints out my name. So I'm pretty proud of that. It doesn't make any sense that you should do it. But what glorious language that would print out my name. This is 100% true. So what kind of stuff have we done with that? And as a company, one of the things that we do is we take that JavaScript and we build two things: websites and mobile apps, right? Because that's sort of like the exciting access of, I want to build an application here. And so, like I said earlier, we use React on web, we use React Native for the mobile stuff, and just kind of sharing that mentality. It's a lot of fun. And then writing JavaScript with your friends is pretty much, it's like a self help group. You kind of need some anonymous people. You show up, you're like, hey, Gant, like, yeah, longtime member, I've been writing JavaScript for 5 years, and we all support one another. But it also gives you access to cool other things. What other cool things do we have? All right, buzzword, right? I'm hitting all the buzzwords. Y'all like it? Don't forget to make comments. I want to see more comments. Um, what cool things? GraphQL. All right. GraphQL is pretty awesome. Now, one thing I'll say is that not enough people are using it. So you get all excited about GraphQL, right? And then a client comes along and they're like, we already have an API. It is a RESTful API. Damn it. So, it's always fun. But we have, if you're not familiar with GraphQL, It's sort of like API as a menu. You have a schema, that's the menu. And then I order off the menu because this is the junior track. So forgive me if I cover something you really already know. But if I want this information, this information, this information, I order that off the menu. The server gives me exactly that information back. Sounds like it should have been what API always did, but for some reason, due to, I'd say, probably academia, it wasn't. So, sure enough. Okay, fine. So now we've got cool things, but we've got even cooler things. So you can get GraphQL subscriptions. So I used to have to poll with JavaScript over and over again, trying to figure out when updates happened on a server so I could do cool stuff on my side. Well, no, now you have GraphQL subscriptions. I can kind of like get this real time access. I feel like I've got this, like, they've got this WebSocket open. I can really do some cool things, which, spoiler alert, we will do. So, what have you done with things like GraphQL and stuff like that? Funny thing is, we have a game we play at Infant Red called Who Said It, where we quote people out of context and they don't know that we've put a quote that they said into an app. And then later on, we randomize them and make everybody guess who said what. And then I wrote a mobile app with that. It's using GraphQL. It was really fun. Basically, just all leaning on GraphQL. Really cool stuff. And the third aspect for what we will be talking about in the crazy mad scientist world that we're doing today with the secret order of awesomeness, we will be doing some AI machine learning. Ooh, yeah. Buzzwords. I got them. I've got them. And that sounds like, some of you would be like, yeah, please. I don't want to hear any more about AI. I promise I'm here to make it as painful as possible. Oops, Freudian slip. It'll be fine. Just come on in. It'll be great. So AI can run in all kinds of different great places, but here's some cool stuff that we're going to do. AI can run in the browser. So now we're hanging out with React, right? We're getting some cool stuff happening there. So what kind of stuff have you done? With AI stuff, we've done some pretty cool things. I'm not allowed to mention some of the companies that we've done work for, but we had this one client who asked us to do AI makeup transfer in the browser so that people could try on different types of makeup immediately and then go over there and press the purchase button, receive their makeup. So they get this professional makeup done instantly. And one of my favorite parts about this is that our friend Leon was working well into the night. And so he would constantly send these pull requests with the work that he's done. I think he really enjoyed it a little too much. So we had some cool stuff like this. It was a lot of fun. So, all right, that's hopefully scratching a little bit of the nerd brain for everybody. Like I hope that nerd brain stimulated. We talked about React, we talked about JavaScript, we talked about um, AI, and we talked about real time updates with GraphQL. And so I wanted to come up with a project, and it took me 10 years, and it took the world 10 years to come up with how we can build this at home. When I saw this, it was state of the art, awesome stuff. So back in 2010, yeah, I know I'm old. I got gray hair and a gray beard. All right. I know what I'm talking about. In 2010, I went to Universal Studios and they had this really cool thing where they would sit you in a room and pay you 50 US dollars to watch pilots and commercials. And when you're walking around in Florida, it's pretty hot, it's very hot. So what I did is I went in there and they handed me a green bar for my right hand and a red bar for my left hand. And then as I was watching these commercials, I was supposed to squeeze the right bar when I liked something, and then I was supposed to squeeze the left bar when I disliked something. And so here I am watching, ah ha ha ha, oh, ha ha ha. And I thought to myself, this is genius. You're instantly getting feedback. You can grab this data and then you could find out immediately like what I actually was thinking of what how that joke landed. And then you could get all the data from all the people who've watched this same exact episode for my demographic and then see how good that show's actually doing. This is such a cool thing. And I said, one day I will try to build something like this. And it's going to be amazing. And I didn't know anything. And plus, I can't solder at all. I've tried, I break things. So let's take a look at the timeline of events that have happened since then. So in 2010, Gant goes to Universal Studios, discovers this really awesome device. Something happens in 2012, unrelated to me. um, ImageNet starts to get GPU entries. So AI starts to really kind of step things up. And people start getting the machines that can actually do these cool things. So we have these cool machines. We have these really cool, like entries into figuring stuff out. Machine learning starts to grow. In 2013, yeah, I know, Facebook releases React.js. And so we get the public version 0.30. In 2015, AI starts to actually surpass human capabilities. So now everybody is starting to put funding into this. You start to see Google and a bunch of other major companies actually start to put money, time, and energy into this AI boom that starts to hit right along this decade that we're looking at. In 2015, we get the first draft RFC for GraphQL, which is really cool. Then in 2017, Amazon announces this thing called Amplify. And the Amplify CLI is sort of like helping you glue all kinds of AWS services together. Now, if you're like me, AI sucked and you were afraid of it. And also, let's be honest, in 2015 and around then, AWS services were really hard to wrap your head around, comprehend, or even use. Like I use S3 hosting, right? For every mobile app and everything we needed. And then when it got beyond that, I was just like, hey, that's your task over there. You had to do all these really complicated things. It wasn't very easy to understand, but now they're wrapping services around it like Amplify, and things are getting easier and better, especially for us React developers. If you're a junior React developer and you're coming to this brand new, kudos. Like you're lucky. You don't have to. You're just hearing about how I walked to school every day, uphill both ways with people shooting at me. Like I understand this pain is not yours now, right? And then in 2018, we get TensorFlow JS, which lets me run machine learning directly on the browser. So I don't have to host something. I don't have to have like a server running that everybody can clog up and kind of ruin. I can actually send machine learning to your browser and then have it actually run on your machine. Ooh. And then in 2018, we get some stable GraphQL. So the past decade's been really awesome with technology. We really are existing during a time where we've seen developers really grow and flourish. Let me know, by the way, in the comments on this technology, what do you know a lot about? And what do you know very little about? Are you a GraphQL guru? Um, do you know everything about AI? Are you just brand new to all of this and you're kind of like looking for the bigger concepts? Because I'll adjust this talk a little bit, ever so slightly, to match my audience. And the problem I have is that if you don't send those comments, I kind of have no idea whether or not I'm connecting with you at all, you know? And so that makes it difficult. Because what can we build? What can we build? Well, that's actually a problem that we have right now. Like, we can't talk to one another. I can't. I have no idea if you are able, if you're even like enjoying my jokes, right? And that's something I think all virtual conferences have felt. But we could fix that. We could fix that right now. You see, as an audience, you have webcams, right? Most of you have webcams. What about the idea that over in your webcam, we put just a facial detection model, right? And then the facial detection model lives on your machine. That way, I'm not getting a picture of your face. I don't want to look at your faces. I don't want to see any of that stuff. It's okay. You don't have to do that. And then on your machine, since it's looking at your face, it can kind of detect some basic things like, let's see, maybe we could detect if you're smiling. Maybe we could detect if all of you are absolutely disgusted and hate everything that I'm saying. I would like to know that too. So maybe we could actually see and just get on your machine, not for me, what your emotion is one way or the other. So in React, we can make websites quite easy. That's no problem. We can just create a React app. And then if I can get some data, because what we could do here is maybe I can get that information over and then turn it into a chart. So maybe 50% of you are smiling and 50% are neutral. You don't care at all. I guess I can kind of do that pretty easy in React. And then, as a person's asked, a little bit about GraphQL for a second, we can use Amplify and we can get that information in real time, right? We can actually use AppSync to tie all this together, get you have your machine say, hey, I'm happy or I'm sad. Then all of your machines using that React app send that together to Amazon Amplify through a GraphQL server that would be hosted. And then we can keep the data inside DynamoDB. So we can use all of that technology we just talked about. Maybe it wasn't random. Maybe he's not mad yet. So, how about this idea? Nothing to do with actually watching your faces, but a machine watches your face. And then it tells the server happy, sad, whatever it is. And then I get all the information brought together inside of a service in real time. And then we get to see how we're all doing. I think that would be really cool. I think that's what we should do right now. So I know it's crazy different times wherever everybody is, but I actually built this and it's using all that technology right now. Now, don't worry about it if you don't want to participate, but just remember I'm not storing any of this information permanently. You're 100% anonymous. And the idea here is that me as the speaker, let's kind of see whether or not we can actually see how the audience is doing. Y'all ready for this experiment? Let's see. So the URL is enjoying the show with enjoying the dot show slash room slash demo. So we are going to hopefully see, just go ahead and go to enjoying the dot show slash room slash demo. And I know that we're a little bit on a time delay because this is going through StreamYard. So just imagine that we're not going to see everything in complete awesomeness real time right now. As a matter of fact, I wonder, I know I'm using my webcam right now, so I probably can't join the room myself. But if we can get people to join that. Now, first thing that happens when you join is it will politely ask you, can I have access to your camera? And you will have to click yes. And then it will show you a bounding box around your face telling you what it's sending to me as the server. So you can make different faces, happiness, sadness, and many other things. And then I will see that. So now I'm going to show you what I'm looking at. So let me go ahead and get this down here. And then I see that there are some people already in the room. So do me a favor. You can see a bunch of happy people. This is fantastic. I'm glad we have people who are happy. And then we can see that most of the people are happy. Oh, somebody got sad. Yeah, probably one of my jokes there. And so as you are making the faces, I am real time. So even though we're on a delay, this is showing to me in exactly real time. And I love the expressions of faces I'm seeing. Somebody actually did surprised. Give me some more surprised if you can. I definitely want to see some more surprised. Yeah. This is somebody is giving sad and angry. It's of course depends on your lighting. It of course depends on a bunch of other things. But if I were talking during this talk, it'd be fantastic if we had a real time and I get this. I get to see that dream. It's happening right now. I am able to actually connect with my audience. So I just wanted to say thank you. This is awesome. And by the way, you're not going to crash the server. It's AWS. Good luck. What are you going to do? I've got there's like 32 people currently who voted in and said they're happy to do this experiment. Super awesome. I know there's plenty more people watching. But what I love about who did fearful? What I love about this is that you know this can support thousands upon thousands of people if we really wanted to. So this is a gift. This is a gift to you. If you would like to, and I'm sorry I'm scrolling off, y'all can continue to have fun. You can actually watch this room under enjoying the show, um, change room to watch. And actually you could set up two different browsers and then just send data straight to yourself, right? Because it'd be a lot of fun. So I'm going to go back to the main page here for a moment. And I'm going to let you know this room was called demo. And you can use this forever for you as long as we host a site. I'm totally happy for you to use it. You can create a room right here. You can name it, let's name this one Nachos. No one should be in Nachos. Please don't go to Nachos, or you can if you want to. And then you get this nice room. This room is empty. There are 0 people in this room. And then just share this link to them, the room for that. And then that'll send that expression. Any conference that you're at, have fun with it. There's no ads or anything silly about this. This is just a gift to that person and that sort of scientific natured energy from 10 years ago in real time magic. So you can create your own rooms and such. Thank you for that experiment. And so let's get into some code, I guess, right? Let's kind of take a look at some stuff here. Um, so just as a heads up, I have a little video in case everything failed, but everything worked great, so I don't have to actually show that video. And then we can look at some of the code. And I am going to warn you, this code is so clean that you might not feel like you could ever code again. It's too good, and I totally accept that you will feel sad after seeing the cleanliness of my code. Uh, that's a setup. This is all trash code. I'm sorry. And it's open source, so please help me. So let's go take a look at what's happening over here. So I'm pulling the code up, and let me just kind of get this just a little bit bigger. We can take a look at what's going on here. Now, I would love to answer everything that you have. Save it, I guess, a little bit for the Q&A because we might need to come back to this in a certain degree. But if you have some questions, you can kind of ask them here and I'll try to show. But with the delay and everything, it's going to be a little difficult. So what I did is, if you take a look here, I have your classic old Create React app. This is just a Create React app, nothing too fancy. And then inside this Create React app, I have that main page which creates or destroys or creates or goes to a URL for a room to watch it. Now here, inside the room where we're going to take a look, we can kind of take a look at what's going on here. We start off with, we have the room, and then we load the models and all. That's very technical to be said there, right? Load the models and all. When we're loading the models, if you're brand new, and I saw some of you said that you're brand new to machine learning, a model is super fancy for a function, right? So all we're doing is we're loading the models to detect and then identify faces. So we just kind of kick that off as soon as you join in there. And of course, we've got some, hey, don't worry about it. You need to actually be able to run this stuff. So we make sure we can actually see your camera. So then we turn on your camera and we start streaming that stuff through the function, through the model that looks at faces and then determines the sentiment of your face. Did I lose anybody? This is like awesome, easy. I know the code might look bad, but I mean, you're following the logic here. I turn on your camera and I stick it through the model. So we're checking that out. And then we detect face stuff. Again, very formal. And then as we're detecting the face stuff, I'm mapping over. Oh, oh, I heard myself for a second there. How am I hearing myself? Ooh, something's blowing me away. Hey, I'm gonna take my headphones off for a second here to see what's going on. I think I did this to myself. My apologies. All right, I'm taking my headphones off because somehow I'm hearing myself. It must be somebody who's kind of going through here. All right. So now I can't hear myself. And so, as we're kind of digging through this, we are able to detect all the faces inside the camera. And then we go ahead and we get those emotions and we set them up. And then all we have to do is once we've got that emotion, let's see here, this is activating the person in the room. Let's see, take a look at this. Set emotion goes to the server and just does this amplify call. Pretty straightforward, right? So what we have here is we say we've got a query what we're calling update room, and we take your randomized ID that you are, right? We're not keeping track of you. You have a random ID, and then we say the room's updated here, but we say take a look at. So no, sorry, this is update audience member. Sorry about that. Having the audio messed me up, and then I just send your emotion to the server. That's it. So I send your emotion to the server, and then over here on the GraphQL side, I also tell it say the room updated. Then the thing that we're watching on the other side has a DynamoDB subscription that just watches for updates to people as they're kind of going through there. And then so now we can actually watch as this room opens up, we subscribe, and then we fetch the emotions for a particular room. And so we say, okay, we want to get the emotions for this particular room by the name. And then we get that and we put it inside of a victory graph and we just watch it animate away. I don't think there's anything really that you've kind of lost from this. You know, it's not any kind of difficulty. I am abusing the magic of GraphQL subscriptions and the awesomeness of open source of victory charts to get all these cool things and glue them together. And I think that the cool part about this, and I see lots of cool questions about TensorFlow in the chat, is that there are new cool models every day besides facial recognition and sentiment analysis. And what I love about this is that tomorrow they're going to come out with something new and cool. Like you can cartoonize people or do something else. And then we could all just hook this up together and then create the exact same thing in a totally new spectrum. Um, if you're not familiar with GraphQL, then just pretend this is impressive. But if you are familiar with GraphQL, then yeah, the schema is super simple. I have an audience member and I have a subscription that finds, and then I have a room. Audience members go into rooms. That's it. Yeah. And then we have the subscription that updates me. These three parts. My graph QL schema is 24 lines long. So just to give you a bit of a tidbit here, this is amazing. And I could talk about Amplify and all the cool features that it's allowed, but you've probably already seen quite a few talks about Amplify today. And I would say happily, we should check out some more of that stuff sometime. Let me see, how am I doing on time? I believe I have some more time here. So let's go ahead and get back to some of the stuff. And I promise you, if you actually would like to talk more about this code, or if you want to talk more about the data science, or if you want to talk more about the AI, or if you want to talk more about the React, please, the React needs some help. You can see that, right? Um, I would love to get some help. And Hacktoberfest is coming up, right? Hacktoberfest, you need to get 5 commits. Come help me clean up this code and get yourself a cool shirt from Hacktoberfest. So yeah, I could use your help with making this even cooler. So let's get back on track here. Let's see if I can pull up a few things. All right, there's that. And then I will pull up one more. All right, 1 second. Aha. And then one last thing I need to pull up here. All right. There we go. Is this the thing? This is the thing I unmuted. I knew it. I pressed a button and I just completely destroyed myself by hearing the broadcast coming back. I was enjoying my own show. Okay. So let's kind of round this back out here and sort of see the end. Let's review what we just did. Okay. AI goes into JavaScript now. So you and all the cool tinkering things you have, you can go all the way to the edge in phones and in websites. Um, I didn't have to worry too much about the server because all that device for your facial recognition was run on the browser right by you. You got the information, it was sent back, and then I had AWS report and perform other actions. That's what enjoying the .show does. And so I think it's really cool. I did do a blog post about this. And so if you want, that's the blog post. I'm going to share these slides afterward. So you can actually, from that blog post, see the story, find cool things to share with one another, watch more demos, and then I guess like also reach out to me if you want to kind of help out with other stuff. But the cool thing I really want to hit on here is that I've already thought of way too many other ideas and applications for this. And you should be building that. So, for instance, like home security, I could use this to have all my cameras. It could be like, hey, we recognize someone who's not you went into your office, right? And then it sends you like a text message or Twilio or takes a picture of them or something like that. Or maybe you train the AI to see if your garage door is left open, and it's going to rain soon from the forecast, and maybe it needs to go ahead and send a signal, automatically close your garage door. Just cool stuff like that. You could use this for fire detection. Over here in the States right now, there's a huge problem with fire over on the West Coast. And I think it'd be amazing if, you know, as many eyes and people there are out there, it'd be great if we had like a website and devices. I could point an old iPhone out somewhere or just kind of get some kind of fire detection or detecting poachers or some other kind of danger. And then all that AI information collaborates back into a single control panel. And then you could do cool stuff with sports and games. You could have multiple cameras watching how people are playing and all kinds of other cool stuff. Um, I would love to chat more fun ideas of this. And I think it's a lot of cool stuff. But if you're brand new to I say, hey, definitely check out. I have a free course that you can grab right now. Oh, that's awesome. I actually really like some of the stuff that y'all are posting. Um, there's a really cool thing that you can get here, free 5-day course for you to go ahead and get a little accreditation to learn some basic AI terms. That's something that we made for free. So I think that's really cool. And people generally seem to like it quite a lot. You say Gant. Of course you say people like it. I don't believe you. How the hell do you know people liked your course? And I'm going to tell you the answer. I asked AI because just like this, you could apply the same sentiment analysis to text. So I just loaded all the comments to my course in a giant spreadsheet. And then I asked AI to rate it between 0 to 1, how much people actually, like how positive or how negative the comments were. And they were overwhelmingly positive, and the negative ones were mostly false positives. So, or false negatives, technically. So, yeah, people are really liked it, and obviously using AI for sentiment analysis, I've just taken it and made it ridiculous. I just want you to know I actually do read these messages too. I'm not a jerk who puts everything through AI so I don't have to talk to people. If you make a comment in the course, I promise you I'll read it during my morning cup of coffee. So it's been a lot of fun. It's got over 4,000 people who have taken the course now. So I love building these cool things. I love building them for companies, and I love building them for conference talks, and I love doing that stuff. And I want you to build your cool thing too. Send me your ideas. Send me some of the stuff that you want to build. I actually had somebody reach out from a previous talk and say, "Can we build this?" I said, "That's a great idea," and we built it. I don't cover it in this talk, but we can go into it in the Q&A or a bunch of other fun stuff. And then I definitely reach out and chat with me on Twitter. Like I said, I'm going to do a giveaway. I did a library called Not Safe for Work JS. That's its own talk. It's a really good one. But I have this shirt, Not Safe for Work JS. I'll be giving that away on Twitter immediately after this talk. So be sure to follow me on Twitter, and it goes to, we'll be giving away this shirt. If you need a little bit more, of course, Fun Machine Learn is a Twitter account that I manage. The hashtag's doing extremely well. I'm not sure why, but it's a pretty cool Twitter account as well. It's almost as cool as mine. And I take all the things from there if you're a newsletter person, and I do this thing called aifyi.com, where I just kind of post really interesting things like conferences like Talking Here and a bunch of other fun places that I like to go to and cool stuff. So I'm in this because I am a nerd. I'm in this because I think these things are cool. And I'm in this because I want to connect, empower, and get people active in AI. And I want that to be you. So thank you, everybody. Amplify your excitement, amplify your projects, and ultimately here, amplify your audience. Thank you, everybody.
Jen,
Yes,
that was insane. Like,
that was
so
fun.
fascinating to listen to you and to see you. And seriously, you're so passionate about what you are talking about and what about like what you are doing. Seriously, it deserves a great appreciation. And
Thank
I
you.
don't know, you have all chances to become a med scientist. If
Yes.
you're not already,
Yes.
seriously.
I can feel it happening now. It's just ah! Mad scientist powers. Sorry, I
And you can
apologize.
never mind. Our viewers like it so much, and you can see it by yourself. How many compliments you got? Seriously, our
Thank
viewers
you.
adore you already.
And it's really fun. That now, let me tell you a quick story about this. Testing that out, um, like alone, I looked crazy. When I was first
I can
working
imagine.
on this, I was at an airport once when I first started kind of working on this, and I just I was looking, I was like, "Arr! Arr!" And I was like, I forgot people could see me. So
Actually, I can understand you. Like it happens quite frequently with me. With such crazy ideas. But I know for sure that they are not so crazy as yours. But anyway, like, so Jen, like, you are amazing.
oh,
Seriously,
thank you. I
I'm eager
appreciate it.
to see you again on
Yeah,
our Q&A session.
absolutely. See y'all
Uh,
then.
yeah. So, bye.
Bye.
See you.